Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In this video, we'll be discussing about the four most important concepts in Azure. However, the same concepts can be applied across any cloud provider. Why do we need to understand? Because these concepts are crucial to effectively plan, architect, and manage your cloud solutions. So, what are those concepts? Cloud Adaptation Framework, Landing Zone, and Well Architected Framework, and Cloud Design Patterns. Cloud Adaptation Framework. Cloud Adaptation Framework, it's a set of guidelines for organization to consider before and after migrating to the cloud. Cloud Adaptation Framework helps the organization to align their business, people, technology, and strategy to achieve their cloud adaptation goal. So it has quite a few components. So first of which strategy. Strategy talks about what is your organization motivation and what exactly you are uh, looking from the cloud adaptation. And plan. So how do you convert your goals into an actionable strategy? Ready. It's felt like you will be preparing your Azure environment for your cloud adaptation. Adapt. It's felt like you will be migrating your workloads or introducing a new workload in Azure. Govern. When a workload it's running in the cloud, you need to govern these workloads, and that is where like the govern component will help you. Manage. It's like managing your application, monitoring your application, operating your application. So for each of these frameworks and patterns, we will have a dedicated video wherein I will be discussing the individual modules in detail. Let's move on. Azure Landing Zone. Azure Landing Zone, it's a foundational setup. Basically, like it's the foundation uh, on which like you can deploy your applications. So you can consider this as a pre-configured environment for the applications to get deployed. So this will the typically the landing zone will take care of your enterprise governance, security, and compliance, and anything specific to your organization needs that will be covered as a part of the landing zone. This is the reference architecture provided by Microsoft. So if I go here, so this is where you will get start with. Again, like we will be having a detailed walkthrough. At a high level, if you see here, how do you organize your resources in terms of management group, in terms of a subscription? What does the individual subscription do? How many subscription you may need? How does in like one subscription make use of the other subscription and all of those, right? So those are all part of a landing zone. So again, like why do we need a landing zone? Landing zone, it's the foundation on which you can deploy your application. For instance, let's say like you have a HR application that needs to have a PCC, PHI, or PII compliant, or whatever is that, right? So all of those will be covered as a part of a landing zone. So end of the day, like you just need to focus on your application rather than the organization complaints. So of course, like as an application, you have to be complaint, but then like at organization level, you wanted to be complaint, and that is where like we will be using the landing zone. The next one is the well architected framework. Basically, it's a set of a recommendation for a workload. So when you build an application, what are all the things that you may need to consider, right? So first of all, like a cost optimization. How do you make how do you utilize the cloud resources to optimize your cost, and how do you operate your application uh, like to better serve the clients, and how do you optimize your performance, or how can make your application reliable, secure, and all of those are covered in the well architected framework. Again, we will be discussing in detail in the upcoming videos. Cloud design patterns. So cloud design patterns, it's pretty similar to the application design patterns. And these are all the cloud design patterns. So the cloud design patterns are a kind of a solution to a common problem that you might encounter in cloud. These are all the like well-known patterns that you may need to consider for your application. So application may be using like one or more patterns, one or more these patterns, or it may slightly tweak these patterns, and you will end up with your own custom patterns. But these are all the set of patterns. So I think there are about 25 different patterns, 25 plus different patterns that you can think of. But that will give you the great idea, like when you design your application, what are the things that you can consider. All those things are part of these design cloud design patterns. So that's all we have in this video. This is more of a overview video. Again, like we will be covering the individual frameworks and patterns in in a detailed manner in the upcoming videos. Thank you for watching this video.